What? Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water.
Women, but most important goddesses were black, not just for the African now in the civilization of the Greek. The Greek was so profoundly affected by the Africans that the goddess of chastity was a black woman, Artemis. The goddess of wisdom was a black woman, Minerva. The goddess of beauty was a black woman, Diana. And many of their great mythological figures which were critical to the vision of history, the history of the Greeks in the Odyssey. The woman who draws, who has the power to draw Odysseus and all his crew into her, is Circe, who is represented as a black woman with African features on the Greek vases. The woman who helps Jason win the golden fleece is a black woman, Medea. The woman who marries Perseus, the Greek hero, is a
To have melanin embedded in our skin is a gift.
Oh my gosh, when I say too black, you say too strong. Too black?
Too strong?
Yeah.
We were born to be great.
Oh my gosh, when I say too black, you say too strong. Too black?
toast. We about to hit this toast off. I just want y'all to see some of the stuff from yesterday. Instagram welcome. Y'all can't see nothing. I ain't worked that out yet. I'm going to work that out just like I worked out the issue for those that are listening on Spreaker. And let me check on the Spreaker fam as well. Yep, they are able to hear us. We are up. We are live. And right now we got pictures streaming of our adventure yesterday. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a folder. I know I said this before, but I'm going to open up a Gye-Nyame journey folder so that all those people all over the country that are involved with us, when you're doing stuff with the family, you're doing stuff in the community, I want us to be able to document it, and I want to be able to show it on the shows because we do shows every day. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure that people understand that we have a wall where we're putting up our receipts, right? Because as Gye-Nyame, we doing work. You know what I'm saying? And people are supporting us. So we want to make sure that the people can see what they're supporting, what we're able to build, what we're able to do. So we took an old school walk in the woods yesterday in a new world order. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. Let me tell you something. I had a good time regardless. We kept getting harassed because I wasn't expecting nothing but about 10 people. You know what I'm saying? The young people, but shit. I mean, we had almost, I ain't even going to say, but we had, some people had masks and we kept the distance and all that, so everything was safe. So y'all get to see some of the adventures and some of the videos that was recorded while we was out here doing our adventure, right? So y'all gonna make sure y'all like and share and get other people on the conversation because we can call and we can talk about this, but of course y'all know we got some news and it's Toast&Talk Imani. So what y'all want to talk about is what we gonna talk about, right? So now let me go on and do this toast real quick because we only got an hour on Instagram. Oh man, and it's getting low. So I'm about to get the tea ready. I had two of my elders call me and say I need to get the brewing. So I got to do the math. I don't know if I'm gonna have to take the price up because I looked at the math. And math looked pretty good, so shoot. I'm just gonna add the extra honey and eat it because it ain't that much, right? So, but it keeps people healthy, and we gonna have it. So we gonna have that coffee mix next time. So I'm gonna make about 2 gallons of that. We're gonna have the red. I'm gonna have about 2 gallons of the red available. Of course, original. And if Kwame want his mix, we could do it. And anybody out there that want Kwame's mix, you got the Kwame. He might want you to be to sponsor him and be a sponsor or be a supporter and put his name on the sheet so he can get credit for it. So if you want that Kwame mix, you got to talk to Kwame. I don't know what steps and what initiations he got for you, but that's his blend. He came up with it. So I got to go and respect that. But what we are about to do, family, of course, y'all know what we come here and we do every morning. And I am once again grateful for being able to do this and being able to have your support in doing this, right? Share the work that we do. And then on top of that, do this, because this is an important part of the work. This lineage therapy, recognizing our ancestors, recognize who we come from and what we're doing, right? Reminding us constantly of what's going on, right? So family, here we go. First, giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose, call it Creator. We lift up our glass. We lift it up high. And with that, we say the mighty word of Ashe. From there, family.
Say that again, you go down with the rest.
All right, here we go. So we got the daily toasters list up. And we're going to start. We're going to start by raising our glass and saluting our ancestors by whatever name, but not by whatever name you call them, but the names that you have given me, we are going to salute. Look like one of my books is missing. Hold on. There you go. All right. So we're going to raise up our glass. I'm going to go as far as I can by memory. And then, of course, we'll pull the sheet and try to make sure we get all of our ancestors every day. Sometimes late, but we do it, right? So here we go. I'm raising up my glass. I'm going to go by memory. Excuse me. Excuse me. Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert and Texana Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilly, Georgia William Walton, Chris and Fanny Gasson, Lena, Uncle Chris, I'm Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis, Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallar, Montague Pittman, No More Ex, Pet Mod, Rob Malika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusef Weston, Elder Ageni, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Dale Pulling, the Luxor brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Kevin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bert Beatty, Sarah Well, Levita Farmer, Agoso Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Edgar Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keechler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Percy Moore, Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quails, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quails, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Harry Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinier, Elder Amatet Wellman, Elder Imatep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey and Eleanor Howe, Frankie Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Bina Triggs, Reverend Haley Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Didi Minares, Jean and Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan. I think that once I start my fast, I should be able to get the whole list. So once I get on the fast and get into that struggle, we're going for the 21-day challenge. So during pandemic time, I don't know how that's going to work, but we're going to make it work, right? So we keep on going. William Walter West, Nigel Perez, Elder Basiji Falani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Denise Waters, DeFrida Sines, and Bostic, and the Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Wilson Haley, Emma Hine, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Kevin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee, Print Up Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, The Cadney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Naylon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Archie Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensenball, Hazel Gatson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Glebus, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boyd Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Hare, Tubman Cates, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Doretha Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ada Casey, Thomas Cofer, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Frances, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heap Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Earthton Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Bed Bond, John Dewey, Rube Beard, Tim Butler, Remy Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Baba Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brownlee Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Alice, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, JaVale McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jack and the Brothers, Reginald Albert, Masarine Cofer, George Swan, Emmanuel Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, and Shelby McClendon. We also have Joella Giles. We got James Carr as well. Liberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis. We have Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jermonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jepson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sonny Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnston, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denise Goray, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khalid is in transition, also known as Nigel Turner. We got Demetrius Lewis Flint, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gantz, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Archie Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruthie Lane Johnson. We have Teresa Sambu, Aunt Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Monga III, Tamara Dowdy, Nicole Harris, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Jashandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Al-Alti Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan Hakeem and Como, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, Dr. Kareem Mackey, Victor Bolden, True City Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Desi Woods, Tilar Woods Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Annie Simpson, Jamira Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Nettie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samantha DeMond, Ethel Marshall, Steve Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker. Shouts out to Brother Kwame. I see you. William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray. Shouts out to S. Grissett, 68. Shouts out to Savage Angel, 609. Welcome. We're saluting our ancestors, so we're going through our list. If anybody out there that's new, that you have some people that you want to add to the list, you can put them up on the timeline right now, and I will get them. Or you could get at us on our Facebook page at Gye-Nyame Journey Media and send us a message. Also, you can join us on our, our Discord. We're building it. It's done. And we got some new functions on there that we're going to be experimenting soon. I got a whole bunch. Let me shut up. Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusilla Merle, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Merle, Sylvester Foster, James and Lizzie Winston, Abe and Julia Lawrence, Ozell Leathers Sr., Gladys Coper, Ozell Leathers Jr., Geneva Jackson, R.J. Lacey, also known as Tooth the Don, Saber Winston, Chris Kinney, Margaret Minter, Mary Smith, Juanita Florine Stith Gibbs, Carl William Duncans Jr., Janet Callahan, Danny Hill, Miko, D. Nice Hill, Andre Martin, Mabel Williams, Terry Brown, Teresa Biddle, Lavana Kincaid, Carla Sawyer, Reverend Jesse Porter, Deacon Ezekiel Dennis, and Brenda support her. Family, 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 we raise up our glass and we salute all of our combined ancestors. Man, what a beautiful thing it is to be able to do this and be able to toast at a time like this. You understand what I'm saying? We need our ancestors more than ever. And once again, we got to go on and we got to go on and salute, show that respect, and the energy will flow to us, family. Gye-Nyame Journey is living proof of that. Gye-Nyame Journey is living proof of that, right? All of the family. We, in many cases, in many ways, we're blessed here in Columbus, right? And we're hoping that energy is reaching out to you wherever you are, right? Especially those that have your ancestors on the list, because you be surprised how powerful it can be to have your ancestor in the sessions, where in a sense, when everything seems to be going wrong, and all of a sudden some unexplainable thing happens, right? Because your ancestors on the list, your ancestors is active. Their energy is going out every day, and they're looking directly towards their bloodline because they want to make sure everything is straight before they make their return, right? Helping you get it together, right? We got to work together. The past, which we just saluted, our ancestors, and this present moment, we work together. We're family. Our ancestors are part of our extended family. So family, some of y'all might start doing strange things like leaving a seat open at the dinner table when your family gathers, just for those ancestors, for your grandmothers and grandfathers and your uncles and your cousins to recognize them. Might even start making their little plate first. So everybody be like, well, what's going on here? I can't participate. Well, cool, go on. You don't have to. You know what I'm saying? But please understand, we're set up, we're respecting those individuals are from where we come. Where, some of the traditions that you have, that you practice right now, you wouldn't be able to have them if it wasn't for these people. Why are we going to leave their fate in others' hands? Why are we not going to take care of our ancestors? Family, let's not allow our ancestors to suffer the fate that many of our elders suffer. We kind of forget them and push them to the side. We can't do that. That's not our culture. That's not our culture. I was thinking about a story about, because one of the things that came out early in America, and I know I'm on my libation, was that some of the elders and some other people said, let the old people die because it's an old people disease. So the story that I was thinking about putting together basically was about a village that was surrounded by a forest, and out of the forest came a beast, and the beast told the people that I will destroy this village and all the village within this area if y'all do not surrender all of your elders. So the response from the people was, of course, going into council. And some of the elders was willing to give up and not give themselves, say, cool. I mean, I live my life. I'm willing to do that. Other elders was kind of hesitant for other reasons, and it wasn't cowardice. See, because one of the things that we lose track of is the importance of elders to our community. What do they carry? They carry the heritage. They carry the information. They carry some of the kindness and some of the thoughts that we need to be working on in our lives. They help us make transitions. So the villages that gave up their elders eventually died anyway, because they didn't know how to have relationships. They didn't understand the nature of friendship. They didn't understand the importance of family. Why? Because the elders wasn't there to demonstrate it. The elders was gone, and the young people was running everything without the guidance of the elders. It kind of surprised me that in America, where in that holy trinity of the decision-making process, we have the executive branch, which is the president, which is held by the great pumpkin right now. We had a Congress, right? And then we have the Senate. I need y'all to understand this. Listen. Senate, when you look at Senate shares the same root word as senile. Senile, I think it is, which means old. Right? Our entire so-called American cultural system was based on wise old men and women coming together and having counsel. That's why we have something called the Senate. That's why it was called the Senate in Rome. The wise old men would come together and have conference. So for individuals to be talking about, well, let the old people get it, blah, 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 they don't serve the economy no more. See, that's racing to the bottom. And racing to the bottom always ends up biting you in the ass. As for me and my household, we don't sacrifice our elders. But the towns that did lost their way. Why? They didn't have a culture to hold on any longer, because the culture is a continuum. You need the babies to renew the culture. You need those in the middle to support and protect the culture. And you need the elders to teach the culture, to set an example of how a life based on culture, if you live long enough, you're able to bless everybody so that they can see the culture in motion. It's a certain walk of an individual that's in our culture that has been embracing our culture. It's a certain walk. It's a certain pride. It's a certain thing. It's certain things that they don't necessarily even have to worry about, that other people that's caught up in the world got to worry about. And I, for one, am in support of that. Because one day I will be there. It's inevitable. One day I'm moving fastly towards there. My walk in the woods taught me that. But anyway, so we saluted our ancestors, and I said all that to say, family, not only are the ancestors important, but the elders are important, because we got to complete our family lines. We got ancestors, we got elders, we got nation builders and nation maintainers, nation builders. We got warriors, and we have what's called the Watotos, or the children, and they form a continuum. They form a continuum. No, let me not do a circle. Let me do a figure 8. All right. You know what I'm saying? We reach into infinity both ways. If you look at it in that way, in all directions, we reach into infinity. And when we deny or overlook one of them and give one of them away, we lose. All right, so here we go, family. So now we raise up our glass to the present moment. In this moment, family, in this moment where we are on the great, great day of Imani. I want to give all of those Imani-born children a rousing round of applause. With this new setup, man, my spirit team is on point. The spirit team is on point. Thank you for being on the job. And so we want to make sure that we recognize all those that was born on Imani. Those that don't understand that, please, by all means, go get our free e-course and learn some of this. Learn the language of what we talking about, right? Learn the language of what we talking about is very important. Now, those of you that are supporters, in the initial email, all the stuff that I put together for that package is in there. All of it. So all you gotta do is go through your emails and you'll be able to find it. Now, what I'm going to do is this. I have to go back and all the new stuff, I will email it out to you, because for some reason a lot of people are not having access to their libraries. So Dr. Kelsey's book, you have access to it. The Rites of Passage book for young ladies that Tara House put together, you have access to it. So I'm going to put all that stuff up and I'm going to send it out today. So y'all should be getting it sometime today. All right. And I apologize for it. I'm going to put it in the workflow so all those new people that are getting it will be able to get it as well. It'll be in the workflow. All right. So here we go, family. Here we go. Let's keep it moving. So we raise our glass up to this present moment, because in this moment is our power. Right now, family, I ask you to open up your reticular formation. That's that part of your being that is on autopilot and is seeking out those things that are good for you as well as bad for you. If you're not guided, in most cases, it's only working in a negative way. You are only able to see the things that work against you. Family, it's a beautiful world out here. And many of us are wasting our lives going on autopilot, allowing life to happen to us rather than us happening to life. So I'm challenging you right now to take charge. Activate that reticular formation and get busy. All right, so now for those that don't speak the language, Imani means faith. Harmony. Harmony is the modic principle of the day. Trust is what we teach the young people in the M7. We have red as the color, as you can see by my Gye-Nyame shirt. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to go on and order me some new shirts. I'm waiting for some things to pop off. And then we got a whole bunch of advertisements that we got to put out because we got to promote these books and keep building. So, but we're going to get us some more shirts. Gender is the hermetic law for the day. Gender. You know what I'm saying? So those that's keeping up, right? As when I start my fast, when we go through these, what I'm going to start doing is kind of looking at these and kind of breaking them down and, trying to struggle through and get my mind clear and, start things. Male name for the day is Kwesi. Female name is Akusua. All right? So we raise our glass to this present moment. And with that, we say, Ashe. From there, we move to our future generations. We move to our children, our children's children, on to infinity. And speaking of that, let me go and put some of those things up with those children, those children's children, and all the other stuff that we got popping off so that you can see it on the receipt wall, right? I want to make sure y'all can see some of the stuff that we was doing. Once again, we took the children out. You know what I'm saying? And we kind of did one of the old underground rituals, or we Gye-Nyame journey now. So we did Gye-Nyame journey rock ritual. And, it was a beautiful thing. We had elders come out to support. We had one elder that walked the whole way with us, uphill, downhill, through the mud, right? We had people falling down hills and stuff, but yo, they had a good time. Then we sat down and we ate as we was being harassed by the park, which is their job, so I ain't concerned about it. But like I said, it's when the old world meets the new world. You always going to have some conflict. How do you handle that conflict? I think we did pretty good. We handled it. We solved the problem so that both parties could walk away feeling good. We had a good day. So we raised our glass to our children, our children's children, on to infinity. And with that, we say, Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? We go to all of our relations. We lift up our glass and we salute all our relations and we say, Ashe. From all of our relations, right? We move to that selfish toast. This is for you right now in the moment. What do you need in this moment to move to the next level? What do you need, right? What do you need? Allow us to help you, all right? Lift up our glass. We got all those, we consciously, we got all these ancestors and all this stuff here, family. Consciously. You know what I'm saying? Now ask. What's your ask? What's your ask? Right? Not what's your ask. What's your ask? What are you putting out in the universe? What questions are you asking the universe? Periodically, family, you need to go through a process where you throw out questions that you can't find an answer to. Throw it out to the universe. Talk to yourself. Look in the mirror and ask the question. Throw it out there. And you'd be surprised how the answer will come, right? We lift up our glass. We salute. We salute and we say, Ashe. From there, family. The pics are from High Banks in Columbus, Ohio. All right, we look up the shots out to say Tho Pot. And then we've been visited by Liv Yatan Faku. Am I pronouncing it right? Fakau, right? We lift up our glass and we salute and we say Ashe. Last but not least, family, I want to toast the most magnificent, the most beautiful, the most uplifting, the most inspiring, the most powerful individual in the room. We lift up our glass and we say, where we at? Here it is. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, I wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years. Let's drink up and we get the drinking. My man said, what are you drinking? This is called ambrosia. This is a kombucha that I make myself. And he says it's Ye Faku. Ye Faku. Shouts out, my friend. So, all right, welcome. Like the room, so we get those numbers. So we raise our glass and we say, Ashe. I don't speak emoji, so I don't know what those mean. But anyway, I must be messing up your name. But anyway, family, let's get to the news. To get to the conversation, lines are open. Let me go and let y'all know how to get to those lines. The number is 614-556-4535. Once again, the number is 614-556-4535. Call in. If you're on Instagram, number is 614-556-4535. If you are, let me see. If you are on Spreaker, I'm about to type it in for you so that you can go and keep up with us. 614-556 4535. 4535. Nope, spelled did it wrong. 556-4535. There we go. Boom. All right, let me post it up there for those out there in that other land. Let's go. Let's see. 614-556-4535. Black line is open. The black line is open. The black line is open. Boom. All right, so now I'm going to be experimenting soon because, you know, in Gye-Nyame, we got plugged into something, and I'm gonna be opening up real soon, and people will be able to get straight on. Too much 5G round. I have been finding it hard to meditate recently. Too much 5G around. All right, now, what type of meditation are you trying to do? You know what I'm saying? And because the 5G actually shouldn't be stopping you from being able to get in touch with who you are. You understand? Now, how can I put it? 5G is not as big of an issue. 5G is not as big of an issue as some would have you believe. But we got somebody waiting for us on the black line. Oh man, no wonder. I'm sorry. The black line shut down on me. I thought this new system had it all under control. They playing games with me. Hi, Tim. Hold on. Let me see what's going on here. Hold on. So I'm calling into the black line. All right, cool. We got a call from 353. Who this?
I don't know.
Hello? Hello? We got somebody calling in? Don't be shy. Or maybe you just calling in to listen in, so I'm going to keep on going. So while we here, let me go and change screens. We're on our news screen. And let me do something else real quick. They hung up. It's cool. So he said too much 5G around. Family, listen. 5G can cause some problems, but it's not as deep as a lot of people want to make it. You know what I'm saying? So don't be totally fearful, because we have been through different technologies prior to this. We done been through 1G. We done been through 2G. We've been through 3G. We've been through 4G. Now we have 5G. It just simply means fifth generation. And a lot of us, but some of the same people that's complaining about 5G will soon be having 5G phones. Just letting y'all know. Somebody else on the line. Who on the line? How can I help you? I've been smoking 6G for a few weeks now. But go ahead. Somebody on the line. You joining us? What's going on? You just want to listen in? That's cool.
Hello.
Yes. How you doing? Can you hear me? Hold on. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello? We hear you. Can you hear me?
I can't hear. Hello.
Hold on. Let me see what's going on here. Why? My mic is not. All right.
No.
Hold on. Check 1, check 2. I don't know what's going on with the mic. My mic usually works, but it's not working right now. Hold on. Let me do some checking real quick. Check 1. My mic says working. My mic sounds nice. Check 1. Check 1.
No, I can't hear nothing.
All right, hold on. Check 1, check 2. Let me go back. I'm going to hang up and I'm going to call back in. All right, let me see what's going on with my stuff. Maybe the technology finally caught up with me. Check one, check two, check one, check two. Check one, check two, check one, check two. Oh, it's acting crazy now. What's going on? Join now. VO presents. Oh. Sorry, Instagram. I don't know what's going on. Sorry out there, family. I don't know what's going on. Check one, check
You
two.
are the first participant on this Uber conference.
Check one, two.
Please hold while we wait for the others to join.
It says my mic.
This call may be
Check.
recorded or transcribed.
What's,
Hold on.
can you hear me, Navita?
Can you,
Acting crazy now.
I'm trying to get the. Hold on. I'm trying to turn my TV off so I don't hear you. I
Are
can
you-
hear you. Yes.
Okay, cool. So I don't know. Maybe it was. Maybe
I
it
was
was.
calling to see if maybe it was the other person's line,
Right.
and I thought I'd call and help you out.
Thank you. See, you on point. You on point. People was.
Okay. Well, I'll stay on and listen, I guess, since I just turned my TV off because I ain't want that in the background.
I could dig it. But hey, so the lines are open again. I don't know what happened. So 353, if you would call back in, because I'm quite sure you had something you wanted to share. And if not, enjoy listening in. I want to thank all those people that are joining us right now. You know, whether you are joining us through Instagram or whether you're joining us through Facebook or if you are one of those Twitch family members, go and hit us up. We can have this conversation. We can make it real. We'll take the discussion in a direction that you feel, that you need, that you want to have. You know what I'm saying? So let's go. All right. See, now my whole browser, it appears, crashed. So I don't know what's going on with that. All right. You back up with us? Hello? Can you hear me?
Hey.
How you doing
I can
today?
hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes,
I'm
sir.
doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Welcome to the show. How can I help you, sir?
I just want to say hi. How are you
Okay.
doing and stuff? That's all.
Okay, cool. Well, welcome. What's your name?
My name's Brian.
All right, Brian, welcome. Is this your first time listening to us?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, cool. I mean, if you enjoying it, well, whether you enjoying it or not, thank you for taking the time. Are you
Yeah, well,
are you calling from Facebook or you calling through? I mean, are you on Twitch or you on Facebook? Which platform are you listening to us on?
I'm using my mobile phone.
Okay. No, but what I mean is, which platform did you run into our show on?
What do you mean? What platform are you listening to the show on?
Twitch. Twitch.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you for.
How are you, Navita?
He said, "How are you, Navita?"
I'm doing fine. And yourself? I'm sorry.
I'm doing good. I can't complain.
Where you calling from? What city you calling from?
I'm calling from Ireland.
Ireland? Stop playing.
Yeah.
Man. Wow. All right. Well, we got our first. Let me go and clap that up. We got our first caller from Ireland. Man. All right, cool. While you on the phone, let me ask you some questions. You ready?
Walk away. I think you're costing me money, so.
You say who? You ready for the question?
I'm ready. Hit me.
All right. How is COVID-19 affecting folks over there in Ireland right now?
We have to line up to get into the shop.
You have to what?
Hello.
You said you got to line up to take shots. Hello?
To go into the shop, yeah.
I mean, no, wait,
To
stop.
go into the shops like stores?
Oh, to go into the stores and stuff, yeah. We doing that over here, too. I thought you said y'all was lining up to take shots.
Hello.
Hold on just a second. We'll get right to you. We have someone on the line. We can hear you, though.
So,
Well,
go ahead,
Go ahead, my
1134.
brother from Ireland.
I gotta go. It's costing money. It was nice talking to you.
All right, thank you.
Okay,
Thank
nice
you.
talking to you,
Nice
too.
too.
Thanks for calling
Have a
in.
good day.
Hey, but now, if you ever want to tune in, you can use the free line on. If you're still listening in, you can call us through the Uber Conference, uberconference.com / G&J Gye-Nyame Journey, so that you can call us straight through the computer. We got another caller from 353. I'm assuming you from Ireland too. Hello? All right, cool. Let's keep it moving. They come on when they get ready. I seen, Navita done shared. All right. Oh, you back on Facebook. You just showing off right now. All right.
I got back out. I got out of Facebook jail, so you know.
Did you break out or did they let you go?
They let me out.
All right, cool. So now let's get to some of this news. Do you got anything you want us to hit on before I jump in with both feet?
Nope, go right on ahead.
All right, cool. So family, now I've been telling y'all about this Discord. Now, a lot of us old. You know what I'm saying? So those young people on Twitch that's laughing like, they talking about Discord. Because we just figuring it out. Right? So I'm putting up articles about Discord so that y'all can learn some of the stuff that we could do. And it says this Discord becomes an easy, better Zoom alternative for gamers with the addition of one-button video chat. Now, it's not only good for gamers, it's also an excellent platform for us to be having our shows, our private discussions, as well as study groups. So I'm gonna be hooking up. I'm gonna be hipping the elders to it because now the video chat is now it's top line. But somebody wanted to go. Go ahead. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you show the Uber room again?
The who? Oh, the Uber. You ready?
Uber again, please.
All right, cool. It's Uber conference.
Show the Uber conference room.
Cool. I'll do that for you right now. Give me a second. I'm gonna send this. I'm going to post this in so that you can hit us straight from there. I'm about to put it in the window so that if you want to join us, you could call us, and it should be free.
All right. Yeah, I'll join the Uber room. Give me 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
All right, thanks.
So they was paying money to call in, family. So hey, let's go and see. Let's see what's on their mind. So we got Discord becomes a better alternative. So family, go and check out the article so that you can keep up with us. And then when we send out the link, because we're gonna be getting rid of the black signal soon, with the old black signal, and we're going to use the general text message system in Discord to be able to do some of the stuff we do. So I'm gonna be able to send out this message for little or nothing. So let's see. Somebody else is back on. I think he came back on through the internet.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, Timmy. You in Colorado?
Hello?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yep. So you calling from?
Very good.
You calling from Colorado?
Yeah, Colorado.
What's on your mind, my friend? Let's go. Let's chop it up.
I don't know. I just come on to be part of the show.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think he came on the list.
I don't know what this is, but my granddad sent me the link. So, but I found it very interesting.
Cool. You said your granddad?
Yeah.
That's dope, man.
So,
all right.
So, Hot Tim, what do you have on the Gye-Nyame timeline today?
The timeline. Well, right now we're discussing Discord. Now we're gonna move past that. We got coronavirus. Obama criticizes Trump administration. Virus response. BBC News. So let's go and open that up a little bit and let's have us a little conversation. So let's go to BBC World News and see what's going on, because like I said, we was out in the woods yesterday. I didn't have time to keep up with what's going on in the news, but I do know that we got a log jam going on in Congress and I guess the Senate right now, because they put together a coronavirus bill, and now it's frozen because Senate, because of course they're gonna chop it up, and there's a lot of unnecessary stuff in there, because I think that any stimulus package, the top line item that needs to be is making sure that the people are able to weather however long this is going to take. We was out at the park yesterday.
People, what are you talking about? A certain class of people?
I'm talking about, listen,
or are you just
right now, everybody is being hit. Everybody being hit. So just like they sent out that last package, you know what I'm saying they might need to send out another
that
package.
last package was for a certain income bracket.
Yeah.
Elder Alona?
No, that's not Elona. That's somebody else.
Huh.
My name is Sarah.
What's up, Sarah? What's going on? Oh man, I think Timmy Tender's playing with us. Sarah, you got an awful deep voice. Come on, I want to hear your story.
No, she don't.
Yes, you do.
Hey, how dare you?
Oh, you know what? Yes, she do. Yes,
that's
she does.
I think Timmy playing with us, man. But anyway, all right, let's keep it moving. Well, so former U.S. President Barack Obama has criticized his successor, Donald. But my fault, before he said something, you was talking about the last stimulus package?
Yeah, that was like if you were over a certain income demographic, you didn't get that.
Right. It stopped at like 150,000 for a couple, somewhere around 150,000 or maybe 180,000. But it was like, as an individual, you couldn't have made over like 90,000. After 90,000, it caps out, so it's about 180,000 for a couple that it would cap out.
So when they're talking about people, they're talking about a certain income bracket of people.
Oh yeah, they talking about they talk about the majority of motherfuckers. They ain't got no money. That's what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? Including us, right? Including ADOS. You know what I'm saying?
Including me.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm gonna say it all the time. You ain't got to. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't got to say thank you, but that's reparation monies that's flowing out there for free. But anyway, let's go and see what Obama is saying. Former U.S. president. Now, this is interesting because you usually don't have ex-presidents necessarily speaking publicly against presidents, even if they don't agree with the decisions. So let's see what's going on here. Former U.S. President Barack Obama has criticized his successor, Donald Trump's handling of the coronavirus crisis. In an online address to graduating college students, he said the pandemic has shown that many officials aren't even pretending to be in charge. It is the second time in recent days that Mr. Obama has hit out at the Trump administration coronavirus response. He said it has been an absolute chaotic disaster during a leaked conference call last week. Now, I'm not a Trump supporter, but this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say I'm wondering how much better it would have been under a Democratic with anybody else. I know Trump is a lot of things, but the whole issue is this is a brand new piece, right? We haven't experienced this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So could somebody else from the sidelines actually screen in that, are you saying that you could do better? You know what I'm saying? Because
are you saying that Biden would have done better, right. Obama would have done better?
Right. I mean, because if you could do better, we got an election coming up. You could throw your hat in the ring and might win. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you want to pick that up again, but I mean, that's the piece. Because what we need is we need solution based thinking now. I mean, because we could keep on shooting shots, but what's the plan? Because even right now, in the position he is, if he's sending out shots like that, why not? Why? Because I already know you done thought about it. You already got enough smart people around you to think about it. How better could you handle it? You know what I'm saying? He said it has been an absolute chaotic disaster during a leaked conference call last week. The former president also gave an address to high school students that was hosted by NBA star LeBron James. It was part of a special program that featured numerous celebrities, including the Jonas Brothers, Megan Rapinoe, Pharrell Williams, and education activist Malala Yousafzai. In his speech to graduate from several dozen historical black colleges and universities, Mr. Obama said the COVID-19 outbreak had exposed the failings in the country's leadership. Not only has it exposed the failings in the country leadership, yeah, he's right, but it's not just exposing the failure of this country leadership in this administration. It's demonstrating the failure of this country's leadership historically. Somebody on the line, how can I help you?
Just listening in.
Okay. All right, so we getting a lot of calls from Cork CO. That's, I don't know. But all right, cool. But all right, thank y'all for silencing the mic. So you got something you want to share, brother Kwame, the Black Yoda?
No, I'm just listening in.
He said he was just listening in.
Oh, well, you know, I can't hear half the time.
I know.
In his speech, watch your mouth, women. Just watch yourself. In his speech to graduates, all right, we did that one. More than anything, this pandemic has finally torn back the curtain on the idea that so many of the folks in charge know what they're doing, he said. Once again, I'm going back. How could anybody know what they're doing in this type of situation? Not standing up for the great pumpkin.
This is a really trial and error situation.
Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it would be there for anybody. Like right now, we see the shenanigans that's going on because they just had, I think it's like a 800-page bill that they passed, and in the bill it includes so much shit that they did nothing but gave the Republicans a reason to freeze that shit. Not that I'm for the Republicans, but you know, some of the shit that they was trying to sneak through, you know what I'm saying? I would be like, that shit is not coming through on my watch either. You know what I'm saying? What the hell does marijuana?
One of the things that would make you be like, whatever you just said. What is?
All right, so now,
those things that
if we go through it, some of the stuff that they're talking about is marijuana banks or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
marijuana what?
Marijuana banks. Let me put it this way. What the fuck does marijuana got to do with a COVID-19 bill? Does marijuana cure COVID-19? So we have an emergency issue here, and we still got motherfuckers playing patty cake when it comes to politics. So you're throwing some shit together, and then also I'm offended by the fact that most of the people that will be able to get money from the marijuana bill is not the people that was going to jail for marijuana. Many of us can't even apply for license because we don't have the money and we don't have the wealth to even be able to go on and get a goddamn license. So why is that in the bill? How does that help the people? And I'm quite sure if we was to take the time, because that's 800 pages, if we was to take the time to go through it, we would see a lot of shit that's not connecting with the major issue at hand. So what we got is politics being played because people's like, the people need this, and if we put this out there like this, the Republicans going to respond in a certain way, and the people are going to respond to the Republicans, and then in the next 3 years, we're going to get in. When we have an immediate issue that this country has to face and be willing to deal with, and not playing these goddamn games. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
It says a lot of them are even pretending to be in charge. More than 1,200 people have died with the coronavirus in the U.S. over the past 24 hours, according to the latest figures from Johns Hopkins University. The total death toll now stands at almost 89,000, which is the highest anywhere in the world. Mr. Obama also spoke at length about the impact the pandemic is having on black communities in the U.S. All right, I could dig it, but then once again, if we want to throw dirt on the great pumpkin, I don't mind. But you know, we got to ask what impact did your administration have on the black community that you saying, come on now, what policies was put in place?
Right.
A disease.
Now you want to talk about the black.
Now you want to talk about the black community, right? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. A disease like this just spotlights the underlying inequalities and extra burdens that black communities have historically had to deal with in this country. But those same burdens, that same shit that you're talking about, was present when you had the pen of power in your hand. What was passed? What was passed? You understand what I'm saying? The discussion about reparations was totally missed by you. What's going on? What's going on?
Man, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, how are you, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing good, but I don't appreciate you calling in and changing your voice because all these numbers is coming from the same place.
What do you mean, man? I haven't changed my voice at all, bro.
All right, cool. Bye. We getting calls in. We getting calls in from the same place, and I'm not playing that shit. So, and once again, like I said, it's cool, but let's keep it moving. If he got something good to say, he'll call back. African Americans make up a disproportionate number of coronavirus deaths and hospitalization in the U.S. Needless to say that many of us are being diagnosed by and with things such as bronchitis. I want y'all to think about that. I want y'all to think about some of the people in your life who recently have been diagnosed with bronchitis and other things, rather than even being tested for coronavirus. You know, so I'm right now. What I'm doing is, for those that's looking on the screen, I'm going through and I'm trying to see if all these numbers from the people that's been calling in was coming from the same place, so that we can be very clear, because I might need to block them if they're going to play this for a joke. All right, we don't do that shit, Gye-Nyame. All right, so here we go. Let's get out. Let's go back. So anybody got any comments about my man, or should I keep on going and move on to another article?
Well, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm about to, oh my goodness. Let me mute the phone because I got a burp. I'm drinking this seltzer water and I feel a good burp coming on. Hold on.
Thank you for sharing.
I would add something, Brother Hatem. So what's interesting about that is that I have a family who have a history of bronchial issues and things of that nature. My older brother, he and his girlfriend are both nurses. Now, both of them exhibited the symptoms of COVID. And they both were tested. And of course, you know, they had to go on quarantine. And they couldn't come back to work until, you know, after they've tested, you know, after their test results came in,
right?
Provided they were negative, clearly, and both of them tested negative. And at that time, there was talk on how accurate these tests were, and so, you know, with all this confusion that's going on, shit, it's hard to know, you know, what's what.
What's what? I got you. And we don't know.
Because I know I have read that even with some people, they're marking them as having COVID, so it may have been a death from something else. They're marking them as dying from COVID because they get an X amount of dollars for COVID diagnosis or something of that nature. I also read that, or I also heard them say on a couple of their different news conferences that the tests sometimes are false positives or false negatives.
Yeah. Yep, we know this. Who else on the line?
How are you, man?
I'm doing good. You got something to share? What's going on?
No, not really, brother. I was just wanted to chime in on whatever topics you're discussing right now, bro.
Cool. All right, by all means. Now, you from Colorado. I've been getting a lot of calls from Colorado. I mean, it changed and stuff. Y'all sound alike to me. So, all right, it's cool.
I don't think so. I don't think they are, man. I saw the locations on them, bro. It said Cork in Ireland, bro, not Colorado.
Oh, it's Corkin, C-O?
Yeah, it's from Ireland, man. It's not from Colorado. Though they have the same CO and shit, so you can see them. It looks the same.
I don't. Okay,
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. So So you gonna listen in if you have something to chime in. By all means, Phil. Everybody.
I want to ask a question. So you're saying you're in Ireland, correct?
No, brother, no. I'm saying the people calling in. I'm saying the people calling in were from Ireland. You could see it said Cork CO. That's in Ireland, brother.
Why CO for Ireland? It said Cork.
Because it's the name of the county, Cork. So CO is the first two letters.
Right. He said that.
Where are you calling from?
Sorry, what you say? I didn't catch that.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Colorado Springs. It says in the description.
Okay, so my question to you is, what are you hearing about this COVID-19 virus in Colorado Springs?
What am I hearing? I mean, it kind of depends. I mean, I think there's a bit of I think there's definitely a bit of censorship, with what you see on the TV and such, but it's not. It doesn't seem to really have been, noting like the how much the situation's improving. I don't even think right now the situation is improving at all, to be honest. Even though some news outlets might let you want to know it, I think there's a bit of a hiding of what truly is going on with the COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I want a follow-up question real quick. So, my best friend lives in Denver, Colorado.
Yeah.
And she's a psychiatrist. And she was telling me in a recent conversation that it's been hitting Black people really hard in that area. Is that what you're hearing?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think there's, I think that's decently portrayed as well. I mean, I don't think it's told enough how much the impact is on the Black communities and such. But yeah, definitely, I definitely think that fact, what she said is definitely true. To be honest, I just don't think the news outlets and that are just put into the same degree. That the Black communities are being affected a lot more than compared to other communities. And I don't think it's right.
All right. So we're gonna.
I have some follow-up questions, but I'm not going to monopolize the time. But I appreciate you.
Well, it's Toast and Talk. It's Toast and Talk Imani. We got time. If he's a serious caller, we can have serious conversations because it's important that we use these outlets so that we can kind of spread the news on a lower level, because we need to know whether the media is really doing what it's supposed to be doing, or is there a certain agenda being followed. Going back to Obama, we hear him talking about how Trump is messing this up, but many of the historical issues that he's saying that are coming out and exposing what's going on. When he had the pen, he did absolutely nothing to deal with that issue. So I don't think it's a legit piece that he could come at Trump in the way that he can. Even though whether you like Trump or not, the point that I'm saying is we're dealing with something totally new. Of course, he's going to fumble, he's going to mess up, but we have a crisis that we have to deal with right now. And we have a leadership that was elected. So we got to work with that to make sure that we are able to sail through this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not understanding what Obama is saying. And then also the question is in the article, and maybe this, if we read deeper, maybe he got a solution. You know what I'm saying? We need leadership with solution. He was a former leader. This America is like his ex-girlfriend. This is why he don't comment on Trump's and United States relationship, because you don't talk about another man's woman when you had her, but it's done now, right? So now the point is, what plans or what ideas or how do Obama think it should be handled? He understands the political process. He understands all this. How would he be dealing with this if he was in office, right? How would Joe Biden be dealing with this if he's in office? How would the Democrats be dealing with this rather than playing these goddamn political games that we seeing? We seeing people out here homeless, damn near starving, and they put a bill together that has a bunch of junk in it, dealing with shit that has nothing to do with COVID-19. Now, some of us need to take time and go through this bill, but I'm guaranteeing you, you might not agree with Republicans, but once again, if you are in charge of something and somebody's trying to take advantage of something and trying to pass some shit on your watch that you would not let pass for any other reason, why would you step back because now they want to use this emergency thing to squeeze some shit through that they wanted to squeeze through in the first place? I wouldn't back down. I'd be like, fuck that. No, y'all need to take this back. Y'all need to rewrite it. You know what I'm saying? And we need to deal with COVID-19. Maybe they ain't. I know possibly the Republicans ain't saying that, but the issue need to be COVID-19 and dealing with COVID-19 as a country rather than trying to look for some other shit to slide in. Any comments? Any thoughts? We're getting a lot of calls. Hey, that's good. Hey, so the word is spreading. All right, so let's go.
I agree with you. On that. I haven't read enough of it.
I know, but it's 800 pages, Navita. It's 800 pages.
Reading that. At least
exactly.
We ain't.
Exactly. See, this is why, once again, our communities, we need full-time people in our community, not funded by not funded by the state, not funded by the city, not funded by no goddamn grants, but funded by us. So we could get this book like this, throw it down, and be like, boom, what the fuck this say? Well, I got 3 of it. You work for us. You a nation. What the fuck is they talking about here? This your major priority. You told her now the show is not over now, and go and text her. I mean, my shows don't have no time limits. I do what I do. Anyway, you understand me, Navita? She already doing it. All right, cool. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? So here we go. Tesla Zero Cobalt battery goes beyond price parity. It strikes to the car's jugular. So let's go and check this out. You know, Tesla been doing some crazy shit lately. But, you know, needless to say, he's not as Tony Stark or a Bruce Wayne or even a T'Challa. He's, but shit, Let's go and look at what he's doing. I want to look at this. Because he might got a new battery. He might have came some shit in this madness that might be able to help save the world. So oh, my computer moving slow now. What's going on? There we go. Tesla's Zero Cobalt battery goes beyond price parity. It's just a strike at gas car's jugular. Let's go look at it. It's no secret that Tesla is pursuing a 1,000,000-mile battery. This battery will be so advanced it will be able to stand the most stressful conditions for electric vehicles without compromising its quality and longevity. And when used for energy storage devices, it could last decades with regular use. Now, I don't know if y'all know this, but he brought out a solar roof that he guarantees lasts 35 years. The whole roof is solar. You know what I'm saying? So, and the shit sounds very affordable, even for my broke ass. But I'm just saying, if recent reports are any indication, it appears that Tesla's 1,000,000-mile battery could very well be the factor that would allow sustainable transportation to go for fossil fuels jugular. Man, this would change the whole world. But let's go and check this out. One key factor is still blocking the electric vehicle movement is the price of batteries. For the longest time, it has been widely speculated that reducing battery production costs to $100 per kilowatt hour is the key to EVs reaching price parity with their petrol power counterparts. A recent report from Reuters, citing individuals familiar with Tesla's battery efforts, has noted that the cost of Tesla batteries could fall even lower than $100 per kilowatt hour. Tesla is reported poised to start using batteries that is developed with China's contemporary Amperex technology, LTD, CATL, if y'all looking it up on the stock market. If y'all get some of that stimulus money, you might want to look in CATL. In the near future, with some reports speculating that the new cells could be rolled out in the Made in China Model 3 later this year. This battery, which will be cobalt-free, is reported a solid step towards a full rollout of Tesla's million-mile battery. These batteries are still set to be improved as well, with the cell's energy density and storage capacity being optimized over time. Tesla's efforts at recycling its batteries have been known for some time, considering the company's focus on sustainability. These efforts are being pushed through Redwood Materials, a firm that's focused on recovering vital battery components. Interestingly enough, Redwood Materials is headed by J.B. Straub, a co-founder and longtime chief technology officer of Tesla. See, he hooking up his peoples. That's what we supposed to be doing. Straub is an authority in batteries, as evidenced by the fact that Elon Musk was already sponsoring his battery research even before both of them joined Tesla. If Tesla can master battery recycling, see now, and I want to stress this point, Tesla has batteries for houses as well as for cars. So we need to keep our eye out on this, especially for us with young people in our lives, because these are fields that they definitely can really get in and really make a deep splash, a big splash. If Tesla can master battery recycling, this is something that we can have kids experiment on in garages and shit without necessarily killing them. Well, I ain't gonna say necessarily. They ain't gonna kill themselves. They're just trying to figure out how to recycle these type of batteries. And if it can reduce its battery cost to $80 per kilowatt hour and below, the company's electric vehicle could become even more competitive in the auto markets. As it is, Tesla are still quite expensive compared to their gas-powered counterparts due to their battery costs. And yet, some of the company's vehicles like the Model 3 are already dominating established gas-powered cars like the BMW M3 on the market. One can only imagine how far Tesla could go with a vehicle like the Model Y, which caters to the hyper-popular crossover market and a million-mile battery whose costs are down to less than 100 kilowatts per hour. So, we got some in these bad times. You know, one of the things I try to focus on Gye-Nyame Journey is also throwing out some good information about some possibilities that are out there. And one of the things that I think that will really help us out in the long run is for some type of success with these electric vehicles, as well as with some of the other research and even production of sustainable products out there. You know what I'm saying? I think it's important that we start looking at those and we start getting our kids to start reading up on it, because we might find one that's interested in this type of stuff. And it'll be easy for us to kind of start plugging them into this stuff, why this area is new. You know what I'm saying? That whole energy field, man, energy runs the world. Energy runs the world. So here we go. Billionaires are playing savior now, but they broke the economy to begin with. This from Washington Post. Sorry, I didn't read the authors from the last two articles. We got, this is by Tara Isabella Burton. All right, let's go and look at it. So we got Bill Gates here. I think that's his wife. Billionaires are playing savior now, but they broke the economy to begin. I don't know. Let's go and look at this. As the coronavirus pandemic rages across the United States, the nation's titans of energy have begun to style themselves as heroes by pledging millions of dollars to healthcare. Twitter and Square chief executive Jack Dorsey offered $1 billion, just under a third of his wealth, to fight the virus. Oprah Winfrey has donated $10 million. Bill Gates and Eric Schmidt have teamed up to fund the Pandemic Action Network, which seeks to influence world governments to increase their own spending on global health initiatives such as the World Health Organization. It is tempting to laud these figures as self-made men and women paying back to the spoils of their success to the rest of the world. Now, we in Gye-Nyame know there's no such thing as a self-made man and self-made woman. All of us stand on the shoulders of somebody. Somebody boosted us up. There is no lone motherfucker that's in history. I challenge anybody to find somebody that's self-made, somebody who's not standing on the shoulders of other people that came before them, as well as some of their contemporaries in their life that have either made space for them to get in and do what they do. This whole myth that America is just kicking around about motherfuckers being self-made does more damage than good, I believe. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. But the United States rely on and worships individual billionaires and their charitable efforts precisely because the country is so broken. The cultural and economic system that made these people successful exists at the expense of the collective good. The quintessential American myth of the clever bootstrapper lionizes someone who triumphs despite the dereliction of government, infrastructure, and healthcare that have made this pandemic so dire. Our very conception of success, resting on veneration of imitable, heroic individuals, has worsened the country's failures. Americans have historically been eager to view themselves as a nation of individuals, which is a crock of shit, my fault, rather than a collective. Our early philosophers, Ralph Waldo Emerson, Henry David Thoreau, preached a gospel of self-reliance. Whoso would be a man must be a nonconformist, Emerson wrote in 1841. 19th century visitors to the country, such as the French statesman Alex de Tocqueville, were struck by both American optimism and American obsession with the individual liberties. Americans believe their freedom to be the best instrument and the surest safeguard of their welfare. Tocqueville wrote in 1835. To secure for themselves a government which will allow them to acquire the things they covet and which will not debar them from the peaceful enjoyment of those possessions. So, today, the rhetorical specter of socialism, with its insidious hints of death panels and shadow governments, consistently casts a pall over attempts to reform health care, expand the social safety net, and enact legal protection for gig workers. Now, a third of the nation workforce. Now, I want y'all to think about that. Gig workers are a third of the nation's workforce. Gig workers are migrant workers on the technical field. That's all that shit is. I just want y'all to understand that. You know what I'm saying? They might not migrate from place to place, but they're basically migrant workers. So a third of the nation's workforce is working gig jobs, which means that they have no insurance. See, a lot of these companies get over on this shit. And I want y'all to understand this. We got a lot of these billionaires who are packing their pockets. I want y'all to think about this. Through the tax system, right? You are a gig employee. You are a contractor. I owe you nothing. I owe you no health insurance. I owe you no retirement account. I'm only hiring you for a certain job, even though you may work that for 5 years. I owe you absolutely nothing. And when you lose this job, I don't have to pay uninsurance. I don't even have to pay into the what is it called? What is that called? I don't have to pay into the unemployment piece. So please understand this gig work. If this is a third of the nation, we talking about a third of people that might not even have insurance. So now let's put that on top of those that are unemployed. So when these people get in trouble, they turn to government and not companies. So a lot of these billionaires are making money off of this gig economy, and with us not knowing that they are, in a sense, basically paying a motherfucker enough to survive, and when they get done with them and throw them to the side, and then these individuals are dependent on government to help them, which means that you are paying for this shit. I'm gonna stop right there, man. I'm gonna end this shit. Y'all can finish reading the article. It's on Gye-Nyame journey. I'm gonna hold nobody up. It looked like I'm gonna have another call in a minute, so I gotta get ready. So anyway, family, I want to thank y'all for making sure that y'all stopped in, checked us out in the congregation of the mighty. Let me go and take this. Let me get the thing off and put my receipt board up. Put the receipt board up. There we go. For standing congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. I am your host, Hatim, and you know this has been the Toast&Talk Imani. And of course, you know it's a Heart of a Simple production, where we strive to do nothing else but blow up your old paradigm. Do some self-studying, do some reflecting. Blow up those old paradigms so that you can see somebody's trying to pull a wool over your eyes. Now, I'm not asking nobody to agree with me. I never do. Like I said, but I just want you to think. Damn, just think. Right? Just think. That's it. All right, family, I'm out.
Peace.
Peace.